Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with no qualifications where we solve your complications. I'm Harry and I'm joined by my lovely friends, Ravs and Lydia. How we doing?
Yeah, hello. Good, thank you.
I am good.
How you doing, Harry?
I'm very good. I'm going on holiday in a couple of days, so it's that pre-holiday excitement.
Yes, very nice. Where are you off to?
I'm going to Rome.
Oh, a boy of culture and class
Fancy.
and history. How exciting.
What an exquisite boy this boy's going to be.
Oh my goodness. Do you know what you're going to do whilst you're there? What you got planned?
I hate to admit this. I have planned nothing. I really feel like I should have planned something. And I still have a little bit of time, but I just haven't. I kind of enjoy going places. I have a vague list. You know what I mean? It's hard to not have a vague list with Rome. But I just have like this. I just kind of don't like planning stuff. And then it feels like the holiday becomes a routine and a regimented thing. And then it isn't relaxing.
Yeah.
I'd much rather just have like a list of, I'd love to see the Colosseum. I'd love to see, the Vatican. And then everything else is just a great bonus.
I think that's nice,
like
especially when it's like such a beautiful city. It's nice just to walk around and, amble and have a drink.
That's it. I just want to sit at restaurants till late at night and just sleep in and wander around in the sun and just do that, Fuck making a fucking big old plan. I always get stressed. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys do big holiday planning?
I like to have a very vague idea. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be like, oh man, it'd be cool if we went and did this thing or something like that. But I don't like make a itinerary or anything like that. I love it when someone does, but like I don't really like meticulously plan out my routes and stuff,
Yeah, I think I'm the same as Ravs. Like, it's nice to be like, oh, on Tuesday we could go to the beach and something like that, but not like, okay, we're going to wake up at 10, we're going to go to this restaurant, then we're going to go here, then we're going to go there. Just like vague plan.
That might be my fucking ick. Like that literally just made me feel a little bit like ill.
Just stressed,
Even the concept of having to like plan, like think about the planning of when to get to the airport, I'm a little bit like, ugh, you can just get there. It's not that hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, even that, I'm a little bit like, this is meant to be relaxing time. Even the travel should be relaxing. Like, can we just be chill?
Can we be chill about it? Yeah. I do like planning the restaurants. I do like looking at where to eat nearby and like looking at the reviews and deciding where to go. I do like doing that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, because that can be stressful when you're like trying to look at restaurants last minute. They're all booked up. Like time is literally slipping as you're walking around. Then you're getting there late. You're hungry, and just like it just always becomes fuck it. We'll just go here, and that's never like the nicest option.
No, you want to plan a little bit when it comes to where you're going to eat. Make the most of it. You don't want to have like tourist Rome food, if possible. You want to have like authentic Italian, like nice. Go somewhere nice.
But I feel like I'm just going to ask the locals. That's always a good strategy. Go to like a fucking place in the morning and then ask them where they recommend going for dinner, and they're not going to recommend touristy places. Like, where do you go for dinner?
Yeah,
I feel like is a better strategy.
Yeah, no, that's a good way. What's your you said about traveling? What time is your flight? Do you have to get up at like?
It's like so chill. It's like a 4 PM flight. Like, it's not even like it's like
nothing.
That's
good. Yeah, you don't have to stress.
Yeah, it's only when it's like you're flying at 7 AM. Like that Ravs, that flight we took to fucking
oh my god,
TwitchCon EU was maybe like I mean, it was funny because we were also like almost drunk, tired, like But me, Ravs, and Daff met each other at a bus stop at 3 AM. Now, 3 AM for me is not 3 AM. It's 3 in the evening.
It's end of the night. It's going home.
I would count that as like like I may be just about going to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Like I tend to fall asleep around 2-3. So that is like it's the end of my day. It's time to go to bed. It's not time to wake up and start the day. It's obscene. I've got to do that next week. I'm going away and the flight is at 7. Got to be there like it's like 3 hours beforehand, and then it takes however long to get there. So I'm going to be and I like to have a lot of time to wake up before I get up. I'm not like a get out of bed and run out the house kind of person. So I'm probably going to be setting my alarm for like 2 o'clock in the morning. Is there even a point of setting an alarm?
There is, right? There is, because there is that horrible. I have that horrible anxiety of just sleeping in and then just missing your flight.
I'm the same. Yeah. Have you guys ever missed a flight? I've missed one flight in my life.
Never.
No, I never have. Thank God.
It's
Touch
the
wood.
biggest
There's
fear,
no wood
right?
in this room. Wait, I'm going to touch a coaster.
Touch the coaster.
Touch the. I don't want to. I never want to miss a flight. That is a nightmare.
Anxiety. How did you miss it, Rabs? What happened?
It was a flight back to Scotland from Bristol, and I kept checking my itinerary, but I didn't realise I was checking my flight from Glasgow to Bristol.
Fuck.
Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I'll get plenty of time. I was like sitting in the office chatting to everyone, like, I'll get plenty of time. Like, my flight's not for another like 3 hours. And then I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to get ready for my flight now. And I went down, I got a taxi, and it said, we're boarding now. And I was like, while I was in the taxi, I was like, what do you mean? And I looked, I double checked, and it was like my flight was an hour earlier.
No.
And they literally were boarding.
No.
I got to the airport just on time, and I was like, hey, is there like a way I can like fast track through everything? Because like my flight is like just about to leave. And they were like, nah, sorry, I can, if you pay like a cancellation fee, we can change your flight to the next one.
When was the next one?
Like 2 hours later.
Oh, that's
Well,
not
that's
that
not
bad.
too bad.
Yeah.
The worry is like
Wasn't
sometimes
the
flights.
worst.
Sometimes
Yeah.
flights are like once a week. Like imagine that and just being like. I mean, obviously it's not going to be with Bristol and Scotland, but there some places they only fly there once a week. So if you miss that flight, you'd be fucked.
I think the like flying internally or flying like, you know, within Europe, I don't get have as much anxiety around. Like I have anxiety about going out there, but when I'm coming back, I can miss my last flight back home a million times, and I don't think I'd care that much. You know, because it's just like whatever, I'm gonna get home. But when you're going out there and you know you're missing hotels, you're like it's just money being like poured down the drain from missing that flight. That's
Your
the anxiety
holiday.
one. Also,
Yeah.
missing a flight transatlantically like makes that like gives me night terrors. Like
Oh yeah, that's fucked.
that is enough money that I cannot afford to just fucking buy a new flight. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fucking nightmare. At least, like, yeah, if it's a couple of hours, it's really annoying, and obviously you lose money, but you can just go get like a couple of pints and chill out. But if it's like the next flight is in 8 hours and it's going to cost you £1,000, it'll be like, no,
fucking nightmare.
It's such a nightmare.
Yeah, that is nightmare territory.
Yeah, fuck that. Well, I
Flying,
hope you have the
super
best
stressful.
time. I hope you have the best time, Harry.
Yeah,
You come back a
yeah,
little
should be good
bronzed
times.
goddess.
Oh
Hopefully.
yeah, my man's gonna be tanned the fuck up.
Do you tan,
Fucking
Harry?
Roman god. Yeah, pretty well. But I also avoid the sun like a fucking demon, so there's also that.
You do.
All right, should we do
God,
a question? Should we do a little question, eh?
Oh wait.
Sounds good.
First. I want to ask this specifically to Ravs. Hangover check.
I'm fine, mate.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so I got a
Yeah.
text from Ravs yesterday being like, I'm fucked at like 8 p.m.
So yesterday we finished the stream and Duncan was like, do you want to go get a cocktail? We'll get a Subway so that we eat something first and then we'll go to the cocktail bar that's next to it. I was like, yeah, right. And then we went in and we had these like weird drinks that had like dry ice in them. So they like made
These were
smoke and
these
stuff.
looked insane.
Yeah, like wizard
Yeah,
cauldrons.
And then we moved on to the Cauldron of Death, which shares two, according to this bar. But me, Ross from Hat Films, and Duncan all split this Cauldron of Death. And then every one of us was like, oh my God, we're so fucking drunk. It's 7:30. Like,
Oh
it was
my
our
God.
second drink. We were like, oh my God, that's hit me really hard.
After
That's
two
insane.
drinks.
That is
That's
insane.
crazy. What was in
Two
this
drinks.
cauldron of death?
I don't know, but they were like lighting it on fire. They kept putting salt in it and stuff like that. They put like whole passion fruits in it.
Jesus Christ.
And then it was primarily tiki fire, 75% rum.
Wowie.
But they didn't tell us what was in it. It just said the Cauldron of Death. Dare you try our showstopper? Like it was a secret about what was in it.
How much was that
Right.
drink?
It was a sharer cocktail in a cast iron cauldron with dry ice. It cost 25 quid.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
Okay, wait, how big was it?
Yeah.
I'm trying. The picture is hard to gauge.
I would say it would be like the size of
Like a pint?
more than a pint.
Okay, it's not bad then.
Considering
Yeah,
you're
it was
fucked
big.
up, that's pretty.
I got 3 people drunk in 2 drinks. So
I mean, goddamn. Did you carry on
But-
boozing, or were you like, okay, now I'm
yeah, so
done?
I just had some beers after that, and like weirdly, I sobered up.
Where it's like fast hitting, right? And then you just chill.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
And then I just chilled. And then I went home and I ate some noodles and I chilled out and I watched Ted Lasso and I went to bed.
Oh my
Feeling
God.
good.
I did
No
not
hangover.
expect that. When you said you were drunk at like 8 p.m., I was thinking, oh, Ravs is going to be, he's going to be
toasty tomorrow.
He's going to be a little
Yeah.
A little
gremlin
fucking
tomorrow.
Frosty.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well done. Well done for surviving.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job,
I made
Rav.
it.
Wow, really, we're really
Feels
we're
good.
proud of
Very
you.
proud of you for
about
drinking
you
beer
two?
to sober up.
Hangover check.
No,
No, fresh as a daisy, mate. Fresh as a
mate.
daisy.
Nice.
we're all good. All right, should we do a question?
Yeah, let's jump in.
Shall I just take this omega long one?
Yes.
Let's just do
Sender.
it.
Freaking
Just,
sender, bud.
I think this is in from one of our patrons, so thank you very much, lovely patron.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Okay.
you sending it in. They say, "Hi guys, listener from Australia here. I'm not going to do an Australian accent. I'm not going to offend them.
Aw.
G'day, mate.
Yeah, you two can both lose that bit of our viewership. I love the podcast and have been listening since the third episode. You always make me smile and look like a weirdo when I burst out into laughter whenever listening to you at the gym. Aw. Anyway, here's my question. I'm a 22-year-old man who recently started dating someone new. She and I really get along and I would love to take our relationship further. But there's just one thing holding me back. I wear women's underwear. And I'm worried that I wear women's underwear and I'm worried she will cool things off as soon as she finds out. I just want to clarify that I'm not wearing them for sexual reasons. I just genuinely find panties more comfortable than men's underwear. They feel nice, come in more styles, patterns, colors, and it just makes me feel more confident. For context, I mostly wear bikini or Brazilian style panties, but do have
Okay.
other styles like boy shorts and even a couple thongs. How do I tell this girl I wear panties? Or do I just not tell her, wait until we're hot and heavy and let her find out? I have a few pairs of men's underwear that I could wear when I'm with her, but they feel much rougher than women's underwear, and I hate having to wear them. It also feels like an entrapment if I lure her in that way, because we are in it for long enough. She'll eventually find out that I wear panties anyway. I've hid this part of myself in past relationship, and it only led to me becoming less confident and less happy. So I would prefer not to do that again. Another idea was wearing the panties that look the most like men's underwear and slowly wearing the more colourful, frilly, girly panties as time goes on. So it was less noticeable, but she would still obviously notice. Please help. I really like this girl and I want to know the best way forward without embarrassing her or myself. Thanks in advance for allowing me to gain more perspectives on my problem without having to ask people I actually know in real life." What an amazing message.
Yeah. Okay.
Also,
Love it.
what an actual predicament. Like a real... There's a real problem there that there is no way we can solve.
My first reaction is shock because I always think, as someone who wears women's underwear, that men's underwear is so much more comfy. Like boxers are so comfy compared to women's underwear, which like cuts into you and like, you know, bloody suffocates your insides and stuff. Like I'm surprised that he's wearing thongs and stuff rather than a lovely soft pair of boxers.
I am really surprised because everything that I know about women is that they love wearing men's boxer shorts or briefs, or they say that's more comfortable,
Yeah.
they're so much better. What the fuck?
Yeah, so much more comfortable.
I think this is the first person that's ever said this in the world.
Yeah, I'm genuinely shocked. But okay, all right. Well,
And I'm gonna take good faith because they've written a very lovely question that they aren't wearing it for sexual reasons because they explicitly say they're not.
Yeah.
And that this is purely a comfort thing.
Okay.
Even though I suspect slightly. I'm slightly
I'm
suspect.
I'm hearing the Among Us sound a little bit. But
little
like,
bit. Fuck, I don't know how you crack this. This is really, I understand. I guess what's hard is they already feel like it might be a deal breaker. Do you know what I mean? They're already quite bashful about it and aware that this might be a weird thing. Fundamentally, does it fucking matter? Like, I think that's just like the first bit we've to start at. Does it matter?
No. The thing is, right, if you look at this in like a very black and white clinical kind of way, no, it doesn't matter. I literally just talked about how the fact that like, women wearing men's underwear, like it's no big fucking deal. If it makes him more comfortable, then who gives a shit? It doesn't matter at all. I guess, but I see where this guy is coming from, that for whatever reason, it probably is going to give her a little bit of a shock, right? It will. Like, it's not what you would expect, and she, as we've just said, might jump to a more of a sexual reason conclusion, not understanding, as we've just said, that we wouldn't think it would be more comfortable. So I think you definitely have to talk to her about it beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't drop the surprise on her. The surprise is
happening.
not.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like, because also I feel like if anything, she would take it as a joke, and it sounds more like a serious thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think she's going to be confused and might potentially laugh or something, and then that's going to make him feel really shitty.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that they say that like another long-term relationship was kind of ruined and they were made to feel shit by them not talking about it and having to hide it. Like, fuck that shit. If that's part of you got to find someone who accepts
if it's
that.
part of you, yeah, you got to find someone who accepts you. You got to be like open with it, and like maybe not the first thing you say to someone, but like get a little bit
Check
comfortable
these out.
with them. Get a little bit comfortable with them, and then have a chat with them and be like, listen, can I talk to you? This isn't a weird thing. It's just something I do for comfort. I like to wear women's underwear. No, I'm not wearing yours. Don't worry. I have my own.
I feel like that conversation, it certainly shouldn't happen too early, though. That feels like a very weird thing to
Not
admit,
too
like
early.
first date.
Yeah.
So what you say? Recently started dating someone new. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I feel like if you're like cuddling on the sofa or something, watching a movie or having a chat, maybe that's when you kind of say, "Hey, look,
I'm just surprised they aren't spotting." Do you know what I mean? It sounds to me like it would be very obvious.
what the thong poking out,
Just
at
like
top of
the occasional bend over, t-shirt roughs up or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
just,
they
I'm
wear
mind blown it doesn't happen.
high-waisted trousers or something. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like you just got to say, like, just gentle, just like, I just wanted to chat to you about something. I want to like say this is nothing weird, nothing sexual. I wear I wear women's underwear.
Lydia literally wears women's underwear and is having trouble formulating the words, which is really ironic.
It's hard. I'm trying to word it in a way which is, is gonna be reciprocated as well as possible. I think just saying like I wear different kinds of underwear for comfort. I don't want to freak you out. I just wanted to tell you beforehand. There's nothing sexual about it, and it's nothing freaky. I just find them more comfortable. And then she'll say, "What do you mean, different kind of underwears?" And then you could just show her and be like, "I'd like this. I find this stuff really comfortable." And if she is worth your time and she is a good girl, she'll say, "Oh yeah, sick. I don't give a shit." And if she is not the right one and she's not worth your time, then she'll be freaked out, and then she's not the right one for you. And that was a good way to find out.
I think you're entirely right. Also, I really think, whilst it might be quite affronting, I think she'll quickly accept it.
Yeah, she might be a little bit. It might.
But
take
like, how
her a
does
while.
that? How does it doesn't affect her day-to-day routine really? And it doesn't. There's no.
No,
I don't think
it has
fucking
no
matters at all.
effect. If anything, the reaction might just be a bit kind of shocked and because she won't be expecting it. And sometimes people need time to process something. So she might just be a bit kind of like, oh, and maybe she'll jump to some conclusions and stuff. But once she processes it, as if she
is this one of those things where actually it's maybe better sent over text?
Ooh.
Just because in a conversation, it's hard. People feel like they have to react instantly. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a good point, actually.
And actually, is it better just actually sent as a text message as part of maybe a conversation where then she can take a minute to process it and actually not potentially make a snap to thing that offends you and then things spiral? Do you know what I mean?
Gives her time to process it without being on the spot.
And also, I think if you're struggling to find the words, Lydia, as someone who wears women's underwear, I mean, this poor guy is fucking reaching.
I reckon, actually, you've got some merit there because it is going to potentially shock her a bit. So you're giving her time to process it without putting her on the spot to get a reaction immediately. Maybe kind of what you've said to us is what you should be messaging her to say. Because I think the way you've worded it is really well and really understandable. And,
Actually, one better, Lydia. Why don't you send her this this episode of the podcast? I'm joking. Don't.
Oh, yeah, here we go. What did you think of question 1? And just gauge her reaction. I mean, that's a way, right? She'll either be like...
That would cheekily work.
Yeah, because she'll either be like...
That would actually be, if you were to do it in conversation, that is the best way. Send her this podcast, get her to listen to it. she'll get to this point and they'll be very aware. Anyone who this is the unshareable podcast now because we were like, if I share it, everyone's going to think that I wear women's underwear.
Oh yeah.
Equally, you should share the podcast.
You should
do it.
It's a fun trick now you can play on your friends. Send them this podcast
Exactly.
and they'll think you wear women's underwear.
Yeah, and just say
This is like a Rick roll now.
Yeah, just say what did you think of question 1, and don't go any further than that. And yeah, perfect.
I think this is one that's crying out for an update. And I hope it's a
Yeah.
short,
I want an
sweet,
update on this
wholesome
one.
update.
I
I-
hope it's
I also-
nice.
Like I know it's their comfort thing. I know we said it, but I just can't see past like boxes and stuff where they're so comfy.
Yeah, like Brazilian style pants and thongs and stuff. That they're not comfy. They're not comfy. I don't get it. They're not. I mean, because also I'm thinking, the extra things that you guys have. There's even less space for everything to go. Like,
Look, Lydia, they're asking for our consideration and our love, not whether they're right or wrong. And they are certainly wrong.
Yeah,
But we will give them our love.
I'm
just don't get
picturing
it.
how it worked with the balls as well. Like,
They just hang out the side.
that's what I'm thinking.
They just
hang
hang out
out
the
the
side for
side.
ease.
but do they
thong.
split down the middle, Harry?
Yeah, it's a little chafe. It's like
One each side.
one each side. Yeah, little Newton's cradle.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I
gross.
don't like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
It's natural, Ravs. It's natural for that to be like that.
I'm just I would wear boy style pants any day over.
Look, I mean, if anything, she's going to get a load of free underwear, so fucking
fuck
That's
yeah.
true.
schmuck up
That's
and
a
just
good
fucking
deal.
take it, all right? Good
Yeah.
fucking deal here.
True, women's
You
underwear
guys
is
can
expensive.
just trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, let's. I really wish you the best. I really hope that she is cool with it. I quite like Harry's suggestion of writing it down and giving her time to process it rather than
Yeah.
like springing it on her whilst you're,
That's a
maybe
good idea, honestly.
about to do the deed or whatever. And let us know. I really hope it goes well for you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, our Australian panty wearer.
Yes. Good luck, friend.
All the best to you.
For fuck's sake.
Hi, gang. A quick one from me. Is it weird to sleep with a mate's younger brother? Me, who is a 19-year-old male, started talking to this person, who is an 18-year-old male, and realized their sister is someone in my year in high school, who I haven't spoken to for 3 years and definitely doesn't know I'm bisexual. We're both aware of the situation and he doesn't seem to mind. Me, on the other hand, I'm slightly apprehensive. Do I carry on as he is hot or leave it? Thanks all.
So there's a contradiction in here because he says it's a mate, but also they've not spoken 3 years.
Yeah, it says mate's younger brother, but then we haven't spoken in 3 years. Maybe they used to be mates and they sort of
guess
drifted
so.
apart, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess they're like 19 now, so they've like kind of, you did like that final year in high school maybe, and it's like all stress and exams and you don't really hang out and then you separate. You know what I mean? It's like kind of, you did used to be friends, but just things that life's moving. I get what they mean.
I think it is. Well, okay, so they're saying they haven't spoken to, which does make it this different. But I do think it is such dangerous territory to date a friend's sibling. Like, I have known someone do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of my friends dated my friend's older brother. And it is just awkward because no one wants to be around like one of their best friends making out with their brother and like being all lovey-dovey. It's so awkward. I
Yeah.
feel like it's so awkward for the sibling to just be like seeing that. Like, I can't, watching if one of my friends dated my brother, that'd be so fucking weird. Like, I would hate it. Wouldn't you find that weird?
Yeah, it'd be odd.
Yeah, it would be fucking weird. But then again, it's also like, if there's, I feel like just any like heavy PDA, just like promise of affection is just weird. So like, if they would just chill about it, it'd be like fucking great, like more homies. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it depends how they
it depends
like,
how you're gonna. Like, if you guys are just gonna start fucking, rucking on the fucking living room sofa, then yeah, your mate of 3 years ago might be a bit fucking weirded out.
yeah.
If it just means you're hanging out more, that sounds fucking great for everyone.
Yeah,
don't
I guess
know.
it's how you like
I'm kind of
Tackle
I feel like that person that it sounds like they're all adults. No one gets to gatekeep their family, especially if you're no longer really friends with them anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, 1 year difference. It's not that like. I just feel like it's a fucking big old green light. Go for it.
Yeah, I think green light as well. You haven't spoken to them in like 3 years, and you're both similar ages and all that good stuff. Like, I think it's okay. Like, yeah,
I guess
as long as
the only thing right is then they don't expand upon this, but and hopefully because it's not a problem. But like, where's the friendship group overlaps? Like,
right.
is that person that you used to be friends with still 3 years ago friends with other like? Because if they do get annoyed, does that then bleed back to you in a negative way with friends that you're friends with? Like, you don't want your friends, you need your homies on side. Like that. This is a good endeavor.
Does it create a lot of drama, which is like unnecessary?
Also, is it worth like letting them know?
I would. God. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Do you
Being
speak?
like,
It seems like
giving them,
there's apprehension here as well that their friend doesn't know that they're bi. It's like is the question asker like openly bi? Is this like a big deal to them?
I guess they must be openly bi to a level, right?
Yeah.
But maybe they just haven't made it like super public. If you feel weird about it, I feel like sending a little message to the sister and being like, by the way, I'm going on a date with your brother. I hope you don't find that weird.
Yeah, just letting them
I mean, you
know.
haven't spoken in 3 years. Like, just give them a heads up and just go.
It's kind of respectful, right? It's kind of just like, I'm gonna clap your brother's cheeks. Hold this L.
Yeah.
Hold this ratio. Hold this L.
Yeah, L plus ratio plus clap your brother's
Plus
cheeks
bisexual.
plus bisexual.
Oh my god! Yeah, I say go for it. I don't think there's anything off with it. Maybe I think letting the sister know is
Depends how much you fucking want to ever be friends with them again. I think is really the stance, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Make your mind up on that first, right?
Yeah, how important is it? Like, otherwise, I just fucking go for it, mate. Just go.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I feel like the fact you haven't spoken in 3 years means you don't probably fucking care.
No.
Yeah.
Also, the fact and do I carry on as he's hot? Just like, yep. I honestly think I think we're probably too late to this question.
Yeah.
They're already at it like rabbits, and that's great. I'm happy for them.
0 degrees officially give our blessing.
We bless this sex.
Yeah, we bless this sex. Go get him, Tiger. Go get him.
Go get him, Tiger. Do it, stud.
Fuck's sake. That's such a silly one.
Hey there, 0 degrees. Big fan of the pod. I'm going to be taking my first trip to the UK soon and I'm very excited. I'm going with my girlfriend and she is planning a grand tour to see a lot of the usual areas. However, I'm an avid hiker, and fan of natural areas. She's planning to see stuff mostly in cities. Do you guys enjoy outdoor activities or do you have any natural areas or even off the beaten path tourist stuff for us to see that doesn't limit us to the cities? In particular, recommendations for Southern England and Scotland would be greatly appreciated.
I think asking us if we enjoy outdoor activities.
It's a questionable. You come to a questionable podcast, and honestly, I respect the honesty and kind of nubileness with which you've asked. No, I have a suggestion for this one.
What's that?
Okay.
I got down in the southeast of England. There's a wonderful place called Seven Sisters, which is it's actually a
strip club.
There's these 7 sisters, and they'll
do anything.
They'll do anything for 50 quid. No, it's like these wonderful white cliffs, and it's where we used to go a lot when I was a kid, just for walks and stuff. And it's beautiful landscape, like proper south of England. It's what you imagine when you imagine white cliffs. It is the Seven Sisters. Mostly, actually, it's usually pictures of Dover replaced with pictures of Seven Sisters because it's that amazing. I highly recommend people look it up, and if you're in the area, I highly recommend you go. There's like a wonderful meandering lake, and you can go down, and then you arrive at the beach with these amazing white cliffs, and it's just beautiful. Go check that out. That's my South England recommendation. Ralph, you got any from Scotland?
I would say get yourself out to one of the locks, like Loch Lomond, Loch what's the one? Loch Ness, Loch Nevis. Go see a beautiful loch. Like it's like just so beautiful. There's like the drive to them as well, because they're kind of like sometimes in like a bit of a secluded area. Like it's just like beautiful trees and stuff. Ben is what we call a mountain, so like Ben Nevis is like, you know, just a big hill. Effectively, you could go climb that.
Isn't Ben Nevis quite challenging to climb?
It's a very okay. Don't do Ben Nevis, but like
two fucking viewers
like,
gonna go die.
Yeah, do a more easy one. You know, I'd recommend that. I hate to recommend it, but Edinburgh is also a beautiful city. As is Glasgow.
I can't believe we have this on record. I can't believe we have this on fucking record.
Glasgow for okay. Well, I've always said Edinburgh's good to visit once, and then fuck Edinburgh. But you know, if it's your first time, go and have a nice look at Edinburgh. You went to Edinburgh, Harry. You had a good time, right?
I've been to Edinburgh lots of times. Yeah, and I've also been to Glasgow, and I really like Glasgow. But I'm an advocate of both. I think they're both awesome. I mean, they're honestly also not, in all things respect, they're not actually that far away from each other. Like, if you're going to one, you can very easily drive or get a train the next day to another.
Yeah. Honestly, like, even just driving or walking around, like, the countryside and stuff in Scotland, it's all just, like, beautiful trees and nature and stuff. It's beautiful. It's great. But,
it is. It's
certainly
lovely
go
landscape.
to, like, a loch or something.
Go on then, let's round us out. What's your recommendation? Somewhere in England.
Just listening like, yeah. Okay, I think one of the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful places in this country.
Fucking Leeds.
Yeah,
it's
fucking
Leeds.
hell, isn't it, Leeds? All right, well, this is down south, but this is way down south, so I don't know how far you're going to be going. Going to Cornwall, right? Okay, I've got to actually Google what it's called because I can't remember the exact name. If you go to the Minack Theatre in Cornwall on a warm, sunny day, it is lush. It's basically
Minack Theatre.
It's a theatre that's like carved into the rock, into like the sort
that's
of
awesome.
rock side.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful, and it like overlooks the ocean, and they have performances on there, and you can sit there on like a sunny day and watch something like the sun setting. And also the area itself is really gorgeous, so you can just go like walks across like the coastal path and everything, and there's like a really nice beach nearby. It's just
that's gorgeous.
It's so nice. Like, I went there on a sunny day once and it felt like I was abroad. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it looks like you're in like Greece or like Turkey or something. It doesn't look British.
It doesn't look like you're in England, but it is right at the bottom of England. So
yeah, where is it?
Trek. It is.
Oh my god! I mean, it literally couldn't be further.
Yeah, it is literally at the bottom. I mean,
it literally is past Penzance. Holy fuck!
Yeah, it's right there. Like, even to get there from Bristol, I think
it's
like
5 hours.
5 hour.
Crazy.
It's really.
Oh
far
my
away.
god!
Yeah,
it's so at the bottom.
It is as far as you can go, but it's gorgeous. So I mean, I love Cornwall in general. I think Cornwall is beautiful, and there's so, like Padstow is so beautiful. St Ives is beautiful. Like, there are so many lovely areas in Cornwall that I think are just absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, it would be worth it if you were in that area to see lots of different things.
I even feel like if you can get down to like Dorset or Devon, there's still some of that energy, and it's not quite as far if you're, only here for a short amount of time. Like, that southwest area of England is particularly lovely, and it's worth dipping your toe in, even if you can't make it all the way down to Cornwall, because Cornwall is just so far.
It's so far away.
It's so
it
fucking
really
far away.
Is.
I know you go there a lot though, Liz. You're a big advocate.
Yeah, I mean, we used to go there quite a lot. I will never forget. I mean, I know I've spoken this about you guys loads, but for anyone who's on the podcast who doesn't know this story, it's like a sort of 4-hour drive kind of thing from Bristol, maybe a bit more depending. And we went there. Always would take the cats with us because where we were staying, we were just allowed to have the pets with us. And one day in January, middle of winter, the car broke down halfway in between and sat on a roadside in the freezing cold with no food or drink or battery in our phones for like something like 8 hours for a tow to come and get, with the cats in the back of the car.
That is mental.
It was hell. We like left the house at something like, I don't know, 3 p.m. or something, or maybe earlier than that. Got to where we were staying at, I think, 5 a.m. It was horrific. That was one of the worst car journeys I've ever had in my fucking life. It was a nightmare. So as long as that doesn't happen to you, if you want to drive to Cornwall, it's actually very nice. But I do love Cornwall. I'm a big fan of it. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, just don't drive with Lydia.
Just don't drive with me because my car always fucking breaks down. So just don't drive with me because I am cursed. I am cursed. It is true.
Have you ever gone to Dartmoor? I've never gone to the Dartmoor National Park.
No, I don't think I have. Where's Dartmoor again?
It's on the way down to Cornwall.
Isn't that the Hitman map?
Yeah, sure it is.
Yes, that's the murder mystery one. Yeah, you're right.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't think I have. I think we've always just driven around it. Or maybe driven through
it's
it.
It's like one of the biggest national parks in the UK, but I've just never...
Oh, wow. It's not...
It's
still pretty far, but...
It's enormous. I mean, it's not as big as like some of the bigger ones in, Yorkshire and stuff, but it's big.
That's where I want to go. Like, I've spoken to people before that have traveled all around the world, and they say one of the most beautiful places they've ever been is like the Yorkshire
Dales.
like Yorkshire Dales, and say that they're just absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'd love to, but again, for us, it's fucking miles away. Yorkshire is right up there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really far. We went on a couple holidays to the Lake District as kids, and the Lake District is also fucking stunning.
Yes, I've never been. I'd love to go.
I really recommend.
What region is the Lake District? Because when someone tells me they're going to the Lake District, I just like smile and nod.
It's like I don't know what county it's in. Like Cumbria? Is it in Cumbria?
I know that it's near Cockermouth.
Excuse me?
Cockermouth is what's just coming up on the map for me, next to it.
What is Lake District? It is in Cumbria. Yeah, I was right. Sorry.
I have fucking any idea whatsoever. I do not know. My geography is not my thing.
My favourite thing of being in the Lake District is that there's loads of RAF bases and American military bases. So every so often, this tranquil lake, on the side of a mountain, you'll just suddenly have like a fucking F-16, just like, and just like do like a fucking flyby. And I was just like, as a kid, I was like, this is so sick. And I'm just like, I get to like see a crazy military shit and fucking just, be playing in a lake. This is great.
Oh my God, that sounds
Chinooks flying over and stuff.
Jeez.
This place looks amazing.
Yeah, Lake District looks beautiful. I'd love to go in the summer. Also, I love that the idea that there's going to be Americans listening to this podcast and thinking, shut the fuck up. What, you got to drive 4 hours to get somewhere? For us,
Go
that's like...
drive for 6 hours for your sandy deserts, all right?
Yeah, enjoy.
Like, we can get to one side of the country in, like, the time it takes. But yeah, I know, definitely one day, Lake District, rent a little, like, cabin somewhere. Damn, that looks stunning. That shit looks beautiful.
0 degrees,
shit.
live from the Lake District cabin.
Fuck's sake. All right, should we do one more quick one?
Yeah.
Yeah, do a little turbo question.
Hi all, I just started studying for a PhD in mathematical ecology, as I've just decided to devote more than 3 years of my life to research in a very niche field. I was wondering, what niche thing would you choose to research if you had to? God, what are we going to research? What's our niche subject, like our mastermind thing that we're going to go into researching and spending 3 years of our life looking at in detail? Any takers? Any ideas?
So what are they doing? Mathematical.
That's what Lily's saying. Lily's doing mathematical.
Mathematical ecology. What the fuck is that? Let me look it up.
Well, they're figuring out. They've got 3 years to figure out what that actually is, and hopefully they'll be able to come back to us and explain it by that time.
Wait. What do you think it is? What's your guess?
Well, ecology is like the study of the environment, so I guess it's maths within an environmental setting, right?
They're just adding trees together.
Yeah, that's it. It's like
tree counting. It's complicated tree counting.
Yeah, complicated tree counting. Good. That'd be a fun one.
It's helps us understand the logic of our thinking about nature to help us avoid making plausible arguments that may not be true or true under certain restrictions. Wait, is this right? I'm just reading the Google suggested thing.
Yeah, it sounds complicated, and thus it probably is right.
Yeah, it's a long and storied history. Apparently, well, I don't know what it is, but God bless you and good luck. Christ, all right. What would be your? So are we doing something genuine here, or just some made up bullshit?
Like a dream thing that we could?
Yeah, I mean, go. There's no bounds. Go for it.
cybernetic augmentations.
Wow. Does that really turn you on?
It does. I'd like to think that if we ever got to like our like cyberpunk future, that I'd be down for augmenting my body.
Mm.
You know, I'd be down for doing it. I'm already intrigued by there's a guy in the UK that has like the RFID chip in his palm, and he's got like magnet fingers and stuff like that. Like, there's someone that's already kind of like biohacking themselves, and I think it's a kind of interesting concept. Like, I hate Elon Musk, but I like the sound of what Neuralink could be. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to, if I was smart enough to do any of this stuff, I think that'd be a fun thing to study.
Okay, that's a cool, It feels very
one.
Hideo Kojima as well. Sorry, just for the bingo there.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Fucking right.
For the bingo.
Fucking gone so long, Lydia.
Well, people are playing bingo. Let them have their fun. Okay, that's cool.
Pegging. Okay, cool. Just to get another bingo square
pegging.
for
Yeah,
you.
I want to do 3 years of learning about pegging. Okay, cool. Okay, I think I will go for, I'm trying to think of something I find interesting that you can actually like study, and assuming that I have that knowledge beforehand. I think like learning about like forensics, like fucking DNA, get Jack the Ripper. I don't know what the actual course would be called.
Blood splatter analyst?
Yeah, there we go. Some shit like that. Like the way that the blood splattered means that they were looking over here and their body was on their knees and et cetera, et cetera. I think, I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than what I am saying right now. But going into that field of forensic, I love my like detective and drama shows. Just learning about that. I'm sure I do not have the brains to learn about that, but that would be something I would think would be cool.
That would just also be really. It sounds like it would really like titillate you. It'd be really fun.
Very
you'd really love it.
I'd be titillated.
You'd be like, I feel like you'd just be you'd be living your greatest life doing that.
Yes, Poirot. Yes.
I feel like it might ruin it all. It will become very crashingly real. Do you know what I mean? Like,
harrowing and also just incredibly scientific and boring. So, it would take away the sheen of the ITV drama detective shows that I watch. What about you, Harry?
I think I'd probably do something far less like tangibly research based, but probably like something around the positive or negative societal impacts of the internet. I think the internet's such an interesting thing that's changed everything. It's spun everything on its head. And I think there's a lot of negatives, but I think there's some really big positives. So I think taking some time to actually look at that in detail would be really interesting. Like, I love the internet, but also I look at so much of it and I just hate it. So it could be really intriguing to go deep into whether it, was it a force for good? Was it a force for evil?
To release like a big expose about the internet.
Well, I think a lot of people who like have written or think about the internet are usually people who haven't grown up with it. And I think all of our perspectives, having grown up on it, is slightly different. Like, I think we see it as a far more positive thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, probably some like philosophy or something to do with thinking about the internet and technology.
I can see that.
Yeah,
for you.
I can see that.
Picture you being into that.
I could see that definitely. A great thinker on one of our generation's greatest minds.
If I had a better thinker, I would have thought about it more, but I haven't. I'm not a good thinker.
Yes, thinking.
POV me doing a think.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. So we've gone down stopping murderers, bionic legs, and thinking a little bit about the internet. Having a bit of a think about the internet. Right, perfect. There we go. Career sorted when all of this fucks off.
Yeah, fucking sorted. Yeah, I mean, everyone now knows why we don't have degrees.
Yep, we dumb.
I can't even say mathological, so yeah.
That was a good question.
Oh, wait, wait, hold on.
Mathemagical.
Mathemagical.
Mathemagical. I meant to say mathematical.
Well, good luck to this person on their PhD. I hope it goes well. I hope they enjoy it. I hope you enjoy your magic or whatever the fuck you're doing.
Whatever
I don't know.
it is you're fucking doing, I don't know.
Liz ruined your PhD. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Raz, what were you saying?
I was just saying we had some great questions today. These have been pretty good.
This was stellar questions being sent in recently. It's great.
Nice and varied.
Yeah, also, People sent in their little celebrity meeting updates. I've been reading through them.
Oh, yeah.
But this one's the biggest flex, okay?
Okay.
On Meeting Celebrities, I've never met anyone famous other than the stars of RuPaul's Drag Race, but I have met Rupert Grint's ex-pet tortoise. Just thought I would share.
What?
What?
Wait, how do you have
Ron
an
from Harry
ex-pet?
Potter's ex-pet turtle.
So he
was
abandoned his tortoise.
What
is what
He
you're saying.
abandoned his
happened?
tortoise, and you've met that
No.
turtle. Like, what? This man's flexing hard.
Spill
It's
the
honestly
tea.
impressive. It's an impressive anecdote.
How do
It's
you
a-
wait?
yeah.
How does someone have an ex-pet? Well, how does that happen? What the fuck?
I know, just abandoned. Well,
Rupert-
didn't Logan Paul like abandon some sheep or something as well, or a cow?
Oh, a
I can't-
pig. It was a
something like that.
pig.
Yes.
A pig,
Yeah.
And what's her face? Chris Pratt. They like abandoned a dog or something like that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, what's this? I'm searching Rupert Grint tortoise. I'm getting Rupert Grint on his tortoise, New York, and the Goblet of Fire. Why has he not got his tortoise anymore? homesick Rupert Grint buys pet tortoise.
This is a scoop, Lydia. This is a
This
scoop.
is a fucking scoop. Where the fuck's your tortoise gone, Rupert? You're banging on
Rupert, what's
about
going
him
down,
back
mate?
in 2014. Where's he now? I want to know the
What,
story.
I want an update from Turtle Boy.
Turtle Boy, tell
Tortoise
us.
Boy, tell us what's happened here.
Yeah. Why doesn't he have his turtle anymore?
And then some other people were like, I met Michael Sheen, and then someone was
Oh.
like, I met Jimmy Savile.
Oh God.
Are they okay? We're not the people to talk about that
Yeah.
with. You need to speak to a
Yes.
professional.
Apparently, he called them a handsome boy.
No.
I hate it. So yeah, thank you for sending in your updates.
Oh
though.
my God.
they're fun. They're fun to read.
Oh God, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks to all our patrons. Thanks to everyone listening. Everyone leaving us lovely YouTube comments. I've been reading them. It's been great. Lots of
you.
lovely engagement. It's good times. It's
Yeah,
good
they're
times.
very nice. All the
been good.
comments and reviews. Oh, should we read a little review before we go?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one from One Click Tom, which makes me think that this is from Tom. It says, surprisingly good advice and a whole set of laughs. I came across this podcast through a clip on YouTube of the episode with guest star Angry Tom. I fully got into the podcast and trying to get up to speed. I'm enjoying every episode. Keep up the good work, Lydia, Ravs, and Harry. 5 stars, baby.
Oh, thank you
Tom,
so much.
Tom, why are you reviewing yourself?
That's so lovely.
Tom.
Also, surprisingly good advice. You hear that? Surprisingly
Yeah.
good. There we go.
I know. Apparently, we're useful.
We're useful.
Got one
We're doing
from
something
One
right.
Scoop 85 says, hilarious. Give it a go, even if you're not. And then it cuts off. It says, I was recommended this by a friend, and though I haven't watched them as streamers, I found this really entertaining. If you like things like help, I sexted my boss, etc. True. That is what we do. We
Yes,
help people who
yes.
sexted their boss.
Yes. Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect
Let me just
podcast.
message Lewis.
Oh, God.
That's great.
All right.
Thank you for listening. We'll catch you all
keep
next
sending
week.
your questions.
Yeah,
Thank
keep-
you all.
We'll see you next
Keep
week.
coming. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.